So ever since the Squish 2 was announced, I've been wondering when Minecraft will be getting a Squish 2 version of it. It's honestly one of my most wanted upgrades, and seeing many games get theirs makes me want to see it even more. The Squish 1 version of the game is a big factor as to why I want to see a Squish 2 version of it, like so bad. It's not the best version obviously, as it's really unoptimized and filled with issues that I still get mad at to this day, and I still have to deal with the junk not loading in properly while flying around in the normal world, which is why I don't play on normal worlds anymore, and the crashes, and the lagging, and the typical Bedrock shenanigans. At this point, if you're a Squish player, I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm talking about. I know the Squish 2 has fixed some of these issues by it being backwards compatible with it boosting older games and stuff, and it makes it a little bit more better with the stable FPS and other things, but I still want a native port of the game on the Squish 2 despite not having one yet, so I'm here to predict when will the Squish 2 version of Minecraft Bedrock Edition come out. So to start, I would like to look at the PlayStation 5 version of the game. Not as a version comparison by any means, but more of a release comparison. The jump from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 is a good comparison point to look at how long it took for the PS5 to get a native port of Bedrock. And when I look at the release time for PlayStation 5 version and the console launch, I quickly found out that, yeah, that's quite a while. So you're telling me that I will have to wait until 2029 at the latest to get a native port of Bedrock on the Squish 2? That's strange. They gotta have some sort of priority when it comes down to Squish 2 at least. Like, vibrant visuals isn't even supported on Squish 1, which makes it quite different from all the other console versions, so that Bedrock image isn't even possible on the Squish, especially since all the marketing material for Bedrock is, well, vibrant visuals on, and well, that just isn't the Squish version, so that's quite interesting. So if they do wait long, that means the Squish 2 version wouldn't even be compatible with how the game looks in marketing. I know Mojang has much bigger priorities than a Squish 2 version of the game, like getting updates done on both Bedrock and Java, and also getting vibrant visuals on Java as well. But part of me really wished that the Squish 2 version of Bedrock could come sooner rather than later because, well, it's the Squish version. Speaking from personal experience, the Squish 1 version of the game has been the main way or the only way I could play the game since 2018. And over time, I've noticed that the game started to get worse over time as updates come out, and it's starting to get really noticeable. As I said earlier, regular worlds are nearly unplayable for me, and mobs seems to crash the game much more quicker than usual when there's more of them on the screen. I do know that the Squish 2 does fix these issues in particular, but there's still some issues related to the Squish 1 edition in particular that, well, still carries over to the Squish 2, and well, I really hope that a Squish 2 version could come out just to like really iron out those issues. It also brings some new, well, quality of life features to the edition as well, like a higher FPS if they could go that direction, and maybe some other stuff as well. But currently, yeah, it's just the Squish 1 version playing on the Squish 2, and there's a lot more that could be fixed there if a Squish 2 version were to come out. Which could potentially be 2029. Yeah. Here's hoping it doesn't go that far. Obviously, I haven't brought up the release of Bedrock Edition on the original Squish because, well, it was released at the same time as all the other versions was released. So it wouldn't be a fair comparison since it's different priorities for Mojang. The Squish 2 version could still come down the road though, whether it be next year or 2029. Because the Squish 2 is a new console and is a very clear upgrade with vibrant visuals as well. So obviously, at some point we will get a Squish 2 version of the game eventually, but when will it come out? Well, that's up to time and Mojang. Especially Nintendo and Microsoft, don't forget them as well. Let's hope it's sometime early like 2027 or around that time, and not so far off like 2029 or even 2030 or something. Gee, I hope that doesn't happen. But I also don't have high hopes it'll be early either. Or maybe by Vibrant Visuals being not compatible yet with the Switch, Mojang is much more compelled to, well, release the new version earlier than expected because, well, the marketing is quite off with versions. Or I'm just living in a dream thinking about that. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments of what time you think it would come out. And I'll see you next video, hopefully getting closer to the port presumably. Hopefully it's not 2030 or 2032 or 2030. Alright, I'll stop. Just don't take a while, please.